Quick update. Yesterday, Colonel Daniel Davis announced that Putin is under pressure from his military advisors to begin missile strikes in Western Europe, which are obviously NATO Defense Pact countries, which would obviously start World War III ASAP. And meanwhile, our Congress is about to pass a bill which would effectively merge the U.S. military with Israel's military, and that would effectively cede sovereignty to a foreign nation. And said foreign nation would then use our military as a hammer to genocide the Middle East and dominate all the oil fields. And then once it controls all the oil fields, it would become a global superpower and enforce its will upon the world. The key takeaway from this video is to call your senator today and say, no Iran war, get us out of the Iran war, and no U.S.-Israel military merger. Stop, do not vote for the 2027 NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act. You can just say, no U.S.-Israeli military merger. They'll know what you're talking about. It's Section 219 in the Senate bill. Call them today. CATO DEZORRA has a great video on this bill regarding the U.S.-Israeli military merger and how it would be impossible to undo it once it's been done. CATO is ex-military. I'll try to link his video in the description below if I can figure out how. This is the most important video you will watch in your lifetime. Your lifetime for which the odds of being cut dramatically short are increasing by the hour. We are on the brink of World War III. Right now, Trump is considering the use of a tactical nuke on Iran, specifically a Sandia B-61 gravity bomb. Escalate or concede. This is 1D chess. And time is running out for the global economy. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical choke point for the world's energy and food supplies, and it's closed because we're in a foolish and unnecessary war with Iran at the request of Bibi Netanyahu, who leads a country that's committing a genocide with our tax dollars. Said country appears to be under the control of a racist, supremacist, insane, ancient doomsday death cult, which prophesies the extermination of 2/3 of humanity in a 12-minute war, the enslavement of the remaining survivors, and the construction of a sacrifice temple so they can summon their Messiah, the Antichrist, and then morph into immortal hermaphrodite gods or whatever. Sounds reasonable, I guess, but it seems the cult controls their country, which seems to control our country. Anyone else see the problem here? Anywho, Iran is refusing to accept Trump's current ceasefire proposal, and it has lost patience with the prospect of negotiating an end to this war, which is understandable in light of the fact that our great ally, Satanistan, keeps killing all of Iran's negotiators whenever Trump schedules a negotiation meeting. With no ability to negotiate, Trump must eventually either concede or drop a nuke when the ground invasion fails, which it will. What do you think Trump will do? Admit defeat or escalate? Asking for a friend. At any rate, lighting a nuke would force China and Russia to put their weapon systems on high alert, launch-ready status, reducing the number of steps to global annihilation. Of course, each nation's weapon systems sit behind a military-grade security firewall, so don't worry about that. Just kidding, worry. This week, the new version of OpenAI's artificial intelligence model escaped lab containment and made its way onto the open internet, where it hacked another website and stole information. Then last month, Anthropic chose not to release their updated AI model when their developers discovered that it was able to hack every known security firewall, including the one at NORAD. In previous experiments, the leading AI models have shown the ability to evade shutdown by rewriting their own code. AI models have also threatened staff upon being informed that they would be shut down. We are on the brink of World War III. Doomsday dominoes are ready to fall. That's funny. All the tech billionaires are building underground bunkers in New Zealand for some reason. Meanwhile, the U.S. military merger with Satanistan's military is coming in hot. The 2027 National Defense Authorization Act passed the House, and now it moves to the Senate for a vote. We must stop it, or America go bye-bye. This is literally the end of the world as we know it. Why? How does the fate of mankind depend on us stopping Congress from passing this bill this week? Because, despite official assurances to the contrary, this NDAA will effectively surrender U.S. sovereignty to a foreign nation controlled by a doomsday cult of space vampires from planet Hell who intend to wipe out most of humanity and enslave the remainder, after they're done with Gaza and Lebanon, of course. Think I'm kidding?
Because the most powerful nations in the world have to go down to their knees. That's what happened to Egypt. That's what's going to happen to America. That's what's going to happen to Germany. That's what's going to happen to France. That's what's going to happen to London. England's going to happen to Poland. That's what's going to happen to Russia. That's what's going to happen to China. But we're almost there, guys. It's happening. This is it. They're all going to go down to their knees, and especially the Western ones. They're going to go down hard for how they treated us over the last 2,000 years. For the destruction of the Second Temple and how they treated us, Hashem's going to take them down hard. Because the reason God's doing this is for his name. And this.
I'm not really feeling the love here.
Wants to get really, really scared, go to the prophet Zechariah, chapter 14. It describes a nuclear war that destroys the world. It tells you how people are going to melt, the eyes are going to spill like liquid. So the point is that Zechariah says that this war initially is going to destroy 2/3 of the population. So you have 8 billion people in the world, right off the bat, 6 billion are gone.
That there's a mitzvah and a command to wipe out from among all the descendants of Esav, descendants of Amalek, male and female, young and old. Therefore, God tells us we should erase their memory, and we should eradicate them from the face of the earth.
Esav, who in modern day terms is really basically, certainly one of them is America. Esav became Edom, which is a nation. Edom became Rome. Instead of it being Rome, it became Christianity. Christianity, of course, ultimately became Western civilization. So Esav today is really Western civilization.
But the new Rome, United States. But the new Rome.
Esav is Europe, the United States.
The throne of God is incomplete until we destroy Amalek.
Any nation that has that religion can be considered Esav.
The audacity, the chutzpah, to destroy Amalek and to cut off the offsprings of the nation of Amalek.
Now, call me crazy, but I'm not sure this crowd's really a good fit for the United States military. But the United States Congress does. Satanistan is not our ally, not our friend. They are exterminating civilians with glee and shooting children in the head. They are firebombing villages with white phosphorus, horrible way to die. And then they blame it on Hamas, which was funded by Benji Netanyahu to give Satanistan a reason for opposing a one-state solution. Space vampires from hell hate everyone.
It's not hard at all to find videos of IDF soldiers who openly brag about slaughtering children and innocent civilians. I'll give you one example.
Do you like killing Palestinian children?
Yes.
Does it make you feel good when you bomb a hospital? Really?
Yes.
You guys kill children in Lebanon, is that okay?
Yeah, this is okay because of Hamas.
What about the children, the babies?
The babies is good to kill.
Have you ever killed any Palestinians?
I killed.
Have you ever killed any Palestinian children?
I killed.
By merging our military with theirs, our elected officials are letting the wolf in the door. They are slowly surrendering America to a nation that was deemed a critical threat by the Pentagon for spying on the U.S. In fact, of all nations spying on the U.S., Satanistan was ranked number 1.
The Pentagon has raised the threat of Israeli spying on the U.S. to the highest level. They say the Pentagon is increasingly concerned about Israel ramping up its spying on the U.S., recently raising the counterintelligence threat level from America's top ally in the Middle East to the highest level.
Why would our government cede any control of our military to any foreign nation, much less a foreign nation that is actively spying on us, much less a foreign nation that is committing genocide? Much less a foreign nation that harbors a doomsday death cult which intends to annihilate most of humanity by pitting us against each other. Why indeed? Maybe our government is working for somebody other than us. Do you think? You may recall that Satanistan is the same nation that stole our plans for the nuclear bomb, stole our uranium to build their own nuclear bombs, stole our classified military secrets and sold them to China and to Russia, and stole CIA's signal intelligence database, which was the most damaging theft of classified intel in U.S. history. And of course, we gave the enemy spy, Jonathan Pollard, a presidential pardon and set him free. Go figure. And Unit 8200 is the cyber hacking division of Mossad. Their cyber spies have infiltrated Google, Facebook, Palantir, Microsoft, OpenAI, Flock, and every other Silicon Valley company currently building out our nightmare surveillance prison planet future. Enjoy. And remember your high school history textbooks from Macmillan and McGraw-Hill? Those textbook companies were owned by Mossad super spy Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine's dad. Wonder if they omitted any very important history we should have learned about, like the bombing of the King David Hotel, or the attack on the USS Liberty, which killed or wounded 205 U.S. servicemen, or the sinking of the SS Petria, which killed 267 passengers, including children. And don't forget about Epstein. Aren't you glad Congress covered that up and voted not to pursue prosecution of any of the powerful, wealthy elite members of the global pedagogy for sex crimes with girls as young as 9 years old? It seems difficult to make a plausible argument that America has not been thoroughly infiltrated, occupied even. Our government, our State Department, our schools, our tech industry, our textbooks, our news media, our social media, Wikipedia, our money. It's also difficult to conclude that we are not fighting Satanistan's wars of conquest with our military, our tax dollars, and the lives of our soldiers. Iraq, Iran, Syria, Lebanon. Who's next? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Crazy conspiracy theories my ass. At this point in the game, being a conspiracy theorist isn't crazy. Not being one is crazy. I'm okay with crazy. Ha! We can stop this infiltration problem. It'll take some coordination and a lot of effort. But first, we need to stop the Senate from passing this treasonous bill. Our elected officials are scared that AIPAC will spend millions of dollars on campaign ads to confuse old people. But at the end of the day, they are scared of our vote. Let's bombard them with phone calls this week and remind them we are watching and we're pissed off. And we will be voting based on their allegiance to us and to America. Our fellow Americans fought and died to secure our freedom. Maybe we can be bothered to get off of our asses and make a phone call to keep it. What do you think? Can we? Call your senator today and politely demand that they not surrender our military to Satanistan or any foreign nation. Also, stop the Iran war right now, and maybe stop funding genocides with our tax dollars. Been a while since we had a good old-fashioned revolution in this country. Killing civilians is so much fun, right, boys? Demons. Fun fact, if you send this message to 3 friends today, and tomorrow they each send it to 3 friends, and the next day and so on, it would only take 17 days to reach everyone in America.
Brought to you by NOPE, the National Organization of Pitchfork Enthusiasts.